to the front table. But when that feels happening, make sure the kind of language that they use for the counselor adults. So I want to be fair as possible. And you don't uncalled for.
Come back to me till the next morning. On Monday evening, I issued a statement saying that from what I saw in this video clip, we made the police made a statement which I think half of my office, and I talked about, and we weren't then clear whether this would go on. I supported Zach, who I did not believe for a second.
Like this meeting. When I came in here, everything was set.
Councillors being active, also the deputy speaker.
It's a great deal now, also feel questions afterwards.
So I'd like to ask you, what was the reason?
His hand on back when we saw that social.
Especially because you've all seen the video. Well, there's a job for me to do there, very involved on the legal side of activities.
And the law of this land. However, saying that, our youth workers play a huge role in Tower Hamlets, whether it be gang fights, whether it be conflicts between youth groups from different postcode areas. And Jack is one of those fine people who provide those services, making sure our children are safe and secure in Tower Hamlets. We have seen from the video and some of the things that I do not want to repeat. However, this evening we now know the officer who was involved hasn't been suspended, has not been restricted in his duties. He's continued to do the duty he was doing, which is disappointing. If it was other way around, I can assure you things would have happened a lot fast. And I can tell you now as well, and I know a lot of people may not want to go down that route, but we have often seen how the black and Asian young people get stopped and searched by the police. Lee Jasper, who runs a campaign on those, knows far too well how those things happen when it comes to black and Asian kids. Those kind of behavior from the people who are supposed to uphold the law is not acceptable, and it shouldn't be accepted by anybody, regardless of your race, color of your skin, wherever you come from in this society or in this community. But I also want to say this. I and Mayor Biggs may not see eye to eye often on political ground, but I went to, and I found him yesterday and I thanked him for his swift move on this, taking up with the Borough Commander, and I said to him, John, this is not about politics, this is above and beyond politics. We must all work together, whether it's Zach or anybody else's. And someone there said, it could be your son, it could be your nephew, it could be your children. And those kind of behavior should not be tolerated by anybody, and I think we have to come together. And I would want to urge the Borough Commander through John, the officer who has been seen what he has done in the video, literally pushing him down, and someone says he didn't spat. No one can see that he has a spat. So if that is not the case, then why is this officer still allowed to run around entire hamlets, just do as though nothing has happened, and making out Zach is the criminal in here, rather than the action should be taken against the police? I don't think.
Journalist here on the back of journalist. My question to the lawyer of Jack or the John Biggs, just police officer who are doing this job, still he is working or not, as earlier said, was he suspended or not? And to John Biggs, you got your deputy mayor, community safety department. From the media, try to get in touch for the whole situation, what's happening, what's not. Because it's
I can lobby the Mayor of London, but my people are not working properly in town, which I may well do. As Mayor, I have to be measured in what I do. I can be very angry, and I'm very angry, but I need to be measured because we need to maintain confidence in our community that things are under some control. I agree absolutely with what Ravina Khan said, by the way. So, cross-party agreement is breaking out very unusual in Hamlets Council. And I welcome what Ali Brahman said as well, because the statement which I saw today was written in such a way it looked as if it had been agreed by me, and I'd never seen it, and it was an insensitive and in my view, very unwise statement, and it would have done nothing to calm people's feelings about what's happening in our borough. So I need to meet again urgently with the Deputy Mayor for Policing, and I need to get back to the borough commander. I said to her I did not. She said,
Again, the police officer saying he spat at me and then he moves forward to go to exam. I think to myself, I was a teacher for 20 years, right? And they taught, in Southampton and also in Islington and so on. We are not allowed as teachers to touch students. You're just not allowed to, and things happen to you. If any teacher did to Zach what that police officer has done, the teacher would be suspended now on board.
For two reasons, for many reasons, but two in particular. This happened in our backyard in Southampton, an area that I was a councillor for, and also happened to, we had everyone here together, crew, solidarity, and crew are together in the Jack. So, Jack is the victim, and Jack is not a normal, ordinary boy. He is an educated center manager of the center, and he was physically abused around the center, not in the street. So I think because of his color, because of his ethnicity, it was racially motivated. So we have to be, they were united, and then fight together.
But just to clarify, I was not stopped and searched. I was stopped and asked to account for myself, which I did. I can't really go into too much about what happened, but I've made it very clear in my police interview. And I genuinely believe, I don't know whether it's about race or why they stopped me, but I think it was an opportunity for the police to sort of exercise their power over me. Now, I work with many young people, and the thing that I sort of promote and work towards is tolerance, but not just tolerance. Tolerance is putting up with something, but sort of promoting hope and understanding amongst everyone that we sort of come across and are in contact with. It's one of those things where now I'm facing police brutality. I'm actually a normal guy, I'm happy to work with kids. It's not like I'm doing this for free. I actually love my job and I've been here for 6 years. I've had numerous opportunities to go and do other things. But the reason why I stay there is because if you look around here, the people that are here, this is something that I've been part of. There's plenty of amazing youth workers out here in the borough. There's other issues which I can speak about which might have contributed towards what's happened. There's been a huge closure of youth provision, and also the police themselves, are they really knowledgeable about the law? I've had support from all over this country, but the main thing is, what's happened to me has really affected me and my family. I know everyone's outraged, but I've been looking at my mum's face and she's really upset about what's happened. I've had phone calls, like we normally used to get 5 phone calls a day and it's normally a prank call for the centre. Now it's about 300 sort of voice notes, emails from all over the world, because people have seen it. The sad thing is it's happened to me, but I'm happy it's happened to me, and I'm lucky that I've got good friends who were there to sort of put a stop to the immediate assault of what happened to me, and they've had it on film. Now, there's also a lot of scrutiny from the borough commander in regards to my conduct. I'll tell you very clearly, all I did was inform them of my rights, and they took umbrage to that. Now, there's going to be a thorough investigation into this, but really and truly, if they charge me, which I haven't been charged with anything as of yet, I am losing this job here, because I will not be allowed to work with young people because the allegation has been made. So, really and truly, what they're doing is just causing me more harm and they're tarnishing my name. Now, I'm very, very grateful that everyone here has come out, people from all backgrounds, all walks of life. And I've lived in Southampton all my life. We're actually a really, really nice part of London. This isn't Tottenham, this isn't Brixton, this ain't the 70s. We've got Canary Wharf on our doorstep. But then there's people living here who have no money to put the lights on. The police need to be culturally aware of who we are, and in this day and age of Islamophobia and heightened security things, as the lady said before, I actually was scared that they're going to use a taser or pepper spray me, and they justified it by saying that I was, non-compliant. That borough commander, she's actually been quite stupid really. An investigation hasn't happened, she just put out all these accusations, on top of the false accusation of me assaulting a police officer, outside my workplace where I should be safe. and especially where members of the community have seen what's gone on. I was the person that put out that video with my version of events. Because if you were a parent, would you send your child to a youth centre where the youth worker's been in trouble with the police? You wouldn't. No. So I've done that from the very beginning. I put my statement across, and it's an accurate statement. So depending on what the outcome of the investigation is, what I've said is entirely accurate, and the video footage says the same thing. Now, if I didn't have that video footage, what would have happened? Their word against mine. Now it's the other way around, and I'm really, really confident in this case that they would have to drop the charges. If they don't, I've got the best solicitor I can find. And one thing I want to mention, he's taking this on for free. Okay, he's taking this on for free. I managed to call up their firm. Abdullah knows the partner. I went and spoke to Lawrence, I think it was Monday morning at 8:30 in the morning, gave up his time just before he starts work. And since then he's been working tirelessly to sort of represent me. And I'm really, really humble. I always thought to myself, you know what, the job that I'm doing, I'm not doing it for the money. Every single day I get job satisfaction. And I don't want that taken away from me. This centre has been here for 70 years, I've been here for the last 6. This place has empowered me and given me opportunity to sort of grow. I started here as a trainee youth worker on £70 a week, yeah? I'm not saying the money's great now, but what I'm saying is that I've been given opportunities to sort of grow. And Trevor, who's not here today, I'm employed by the Church of England. Okay, so in this community, where everyone believes in one thing or another, the bottom line is everyone's got faith in something. I've got a lot of faith in my team, and I'm speaking on behalf of other people as well. Speaking on behalf of other people, there are numerous cases of these things happening. I work with young people. I've actually spent a lot of my time trying to build bridges with the police. Whenever we do community events, as you're aware of, the police turn up. The police turn up, they mark cycles for the kids, you know, they're involved. I'm not talking about all the police. No one should be going out there, you know, riding, going outside the police station, swearing at the police officers. I'm not telling you to do anything like that. There needs to be a proper inquiry as to what happened. There needs to be a discussion as to these things and maybe a solution to how we sort of work with the police. It can't be us and them. We're all part of this community, and I feel the police really need to be involved. They need to be understanding of how we sort of live, what our values are, and also ultimately, you know, people are sort of rightly outraged and where I have every right to be. I've done nothing wrong, and I'm making it clear to everybody that's here. I've committed no done that. So, all I want from everyone, don't do anything in my name. If you are going to sort of support the cause, I'm quite happy with what the mayor's done as well. He's immediately come out and condemned this. You know, I don't know what sort of...
The history of this matter, as well as going to social media, whatever you're saying.
I'm pleased to be here this evening with people from across the council because there is a widespread anger about what has happened here in Stepney. Obviously the proper legal process has to be followed, but people are unhappy about the video and about the events here and find it very hard to believe that this leading youth worker in our community has done anything wrong. So we need to get to the bottom of that, and as Mayor I've come here to listen to that anger and to make my views known.
Did you have any meeting with the Borough Commander?
I met the Borough Commander yesterday, and I will be speaking, following tonight's meeting, I'll be speaking to the Mayor of London's office this weekend about this because I'm anxious that this needs to be brought under some control.
Right, but on the other hand, we got a contact yesterday, and then policing committee of London Mayors, they said this is between the John Weeks and then Borough Commander of Town.
Well,
so is there any statement? We are not getting any statements from the Borough Commander?
Well, the police committee of the London Mayor is probably not the right body. It's got to be the Deputy Mayor for Policing, who I will be meeting next week, and I'll be speaking to the Mayor's office this weekend because I'm anxious about this. You asked another question about crime. Across London, recorded crime has increased by about 4.5% in the last year. Not particularly more in Tower Hamlets or less in Tower Hamlets. It's been
people said that Tower Hamlets crime goes up and up.
Well. Okay, well, crime's been going down for about 25 years, and in the last year it started going up again. We think this is because of the cut in police officer numbers, which we have always opposed from the Labour side, and I think across Town Hamlets Council. We think there are probably not enough reliable police officers on the streets in Tower Hamlets, and obviously we need to have officers we are confident in, but we need enough that people can feel safe in their homes.
I want to make something absolutely clear. At the stake of this initiative and this meeting is the interest of Zach, making sure he gets a fair and just outcome out of this, making sure that young people in the future are not in the same position as Zach Hussain. One thing is absolutely sure, that we are united in this. As his ward councillor, I've been working with him in the last week with Abdullah, making sure that he is supported. He's also his ward councillor, Councillor Mahbub Alam, has also been supportive. But what I want to make absolutely clear is, yesterday I asked the borough commander to meet with me. I approached her. I wanted to make sure things were settled and calm, just as the mayor did. But she sent me an email which was deeply offensive. It did not portray the borough. It did not portray community cohesion. It did not portray what I wanted her to do, which was to make sure that we had a peaceful environment. Her email is so offensive, I did not read it out today because I believe that it would have caused a lot of people would have been angry. The meeting here would have been very heated as well. What we want to do together across the council is to make sure that this borough commander is challenged on her behaviour, not only because she put out that film, the statement that she has put out, but also to question her as to what she is doing with the case of Zach Hussain.
আমরা খুব একটা ডিমান্ড করছি যে পুলিশ অফিসার এই অ্যাকশন নিছে জাকর উপরে তারে বর্তমানে সাসপেন্ড আনটিল ফার্দার নোটিস ইনভেস্টিগেশন, এবং আমরা কমিশনার অফ লন্ডনে আমরা রিকোয়েস্ট করলাম যে বারা কমান্ডার উপরে আমরা বিশ্বাস নাই। যে তাই ইনভেস্টিগেশন উপরে যে ভিডিও রিলিজ করছো নিজের এই আহলে এই ভিডিওর মাঝে তোমার ইমপ্লাই করে যে জ্যাক গিলটি উইদাউট অ্যাকচুয়ালি চার্জিং হিম। যারা এই ভিডিও দেখবা বুঝতে পারবা যে তাই এই খরদার ইলা হইতে আসলা না। এজ এ হাইলি রেসপেক্টেবল বারা কমান্ডার উইথ ভাস্ট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স এইভাবে যে তাই ভিডিও ফাটাইছুন ইমপ্লাই করে যে জ্যাক ইজ গিলটি উইচ ইজ নট।
Well, we're here to support Zach to get justice. This sort of unfair approach to the way in which he was handled has raised a lot of concerns amongst politicians, people. We want proper accountability amongst police. We want to see the police, the trust amongst communities. There is a trust amongst communities with the police, and this can only happen if they behave fairly with the community. There are so much issues in the community amongst local residents, and I believe that it is only if they act properly that can we basically work together to deal with it. So we want justice. We've asked the mayor to talk to the borough commander, the deputy mayor of London, and ensure that the police commissioners are acting on this so that there's no injustice happening amongst children across the borough.